Aristotle's fallacy. The question posed above appears to be simple. However, it took ages to answer it. Indeed, the correct answer to this question given by Galileo in the 17th century was the foundation to Newtonian mechanics, which signaled the birth of modern science. The Greek thinker Aristotle, 384 BC to 322 BC, held the view that if a body is moving, something external is required to keep it moving. According to this view, for example, an arrow shot from a bow keeps flying since the air behind the arrow keeps pushing it. The view was part of an elaborate framework of ideas developed by Aristotle on the motion of bodies in the universe. Most of the Aristotelian ideas on motion are now known to be wrong and need not concern us. For our purpose here, and the Aristotelian law of motion may be phrased thus: an external force is required to keep a body in motion. Aristotelian law of motion is flawed, as we shall see. However, it is a natural view that anyone would hold from a common experience. Even a small child playing with a simple non electric toy car on a floor knows intuitively that it needs to constantly drag the string attached to the toy car with some force to keep it going. If it releases the string, it comes to rest. This experience is common to most terrestrial motion. External forces seem to be needed to keep bodies in the motion. Left to themselves, all bodies eventually come to rest. What is the flaw in Aristotle's argument? The answer is a moving toy car comes to rest because the external force of friction on the car by the floor opposes its motion. To counter this force, the child has to apply an external force on the car in the direction of motion. When the car is in uniform motion, there is no net external force acting on it. The force by the child cancels the force of friction by the floor. The corollary is if there were no friction, the child would not be required to apply any force to keep the toy car in uniform motion. The opposing forces, such as friction for solids and viscous forces for fluids, are always present in the natural world. This explains why forces by external agencies are necessary to overcome the frictional forces to keep bodies in uniform motion. Now we understand where Aristotle went wrong. He coded this practical experience in the form of basic argument. To get at the true law of nature of forces and motion, one has to imagine a world in which uniform motion is possible with no frictional forces opposing. This is what Galileo did.